Hey y'all. Okay, listen. I am hopping on here real quick because we have a to-do list that we need to finish, do, resume. Because I've already started this earlier this week. So basically, every week I do a to-do list, right? And then I try to work my way through the list. And of course, at the end of the week, there's a lot of things I don't have done. Well, I was watching Tony Daly's YouTube channel, and she was actually doing some house chores. She had a list of things that she needed to do around the house, chores and everything. And she did this method. So in this video, I want to employ her method. Now, this list isn't for things I need to do around the house. It's mainly things that I just need to follow up with. And I'm going to read them to you. And we're going to do this and see what we can get done and how this motivates us to keep the list going. So basically what she did is she used the wheelofnames.com website / app that we usually use to pick like a winner, like if we're doing a giveaway, right? But for this purpose, she put in all of her things that she needed to get done. And we're going to let the wheel decide what we work on, because for me, whenever I put together a to-do list, of course I'm going to pick the low-hanging fruit and I'm going to avoid the things I don't feel like doing. But if the wheel picks, I have to do the things, okay? So on this list, we have, I gotta put my glasses on. I can't see y'all. Hold on. So we have 13 things on this list, right? And these are the things. We need to go get, we need to do our rental car for Florida. I need to have a notary done. I need to do car bonus. I need to send out flight requests for some flights that I need to have booked for me. I need to register my car. I need to open mail. I need to check with my Amex card regarding some thank you points that I think should have been recredited back to me. I also need to check on, it said, I saw a message that said check. It said thank you points available to reinstate. I need to order some headphones for work. I need to bring in some light bulbs to work. I need to send out a donation. I need to do my timesheet. Then I also need to get with a medical provider that I saw today. They said I have a bill of $82. And those are the 13 things that we have to do. We also have 2 additional things, but they're not on this list because we do this at a certain time. But we need to walk today. And then I also have good old-fashioned editing videos, which we do in the meantime, in between time. So that's what we do. So let's spin the wheel and let's see what we get. Is that click to spin? Okay, there we go. There we go. What's it gonna be? Register car, which I guess that makes sense because the car does need to be registered. How much is it gonna cost? Well, let me go and register this car. I'll be back. And I'm going to call HR. Should I add HR? No, I'm going to call HR right now because we need to do that. So that's not going to get added to the list. All right. It's a lease. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I have been on hold for a second trying to get through to a department. So I got through to one department and they told me, oh, it's this other department. So that's the other department that I was, again, on hold for a minute. Finally got through. And of course, it's like, they don't know. And this is for me trying to figure out how to register this car. I went to my DMV account, but because it's a lease, it's not showing up under my account. I get it. Because the taxes did the same thing. The taxes did not show up under my personal property account because the taxes belong to the lease and they passed it off to me. So while I do know that they did send me something in the mail for the lease, I don't know where it's at. It might be at work, but I don't think it is because I went through all my important mail. And it was on the kitchen table at one point, but I guess that was just irritating Jay's soul, so he moved it. So we're going to have to keep this on the wheel, but we're going to move on, obviously. And I'm adding another thing to this wheel. Y'all, I was outside. And I should show y'all this. I was outside looking at these bushes, and I noticed, I feel like last year we had an infestation of lanternflies. And I feel like we're going to have it again this year, even more. And I feel like I see them on my bushes like the little babies. I believe they're lanternflies because I've never seen these before. Jay usually cuts these bushes, and when he does, he ain't never seen a bunch of little baby bugs everywhere. All right, so we're gonna walk and talk because we're gonna multitask since my mom and them won't get off the phone. My mother, my sister, my grandmother. So we're gonna go for a walk. We'll be back. All right, here we go. Spinning again. I landed on open mail. Ain't nobody got time for this. Okay, guys, did the mail. It's 7:42. Mail done. They haven't called back regarding the registration. There's a good chance that maybe I took that mail to work. Maybe it's there. I don't know. Like I said, I remember seeing it. Don't know where it went. Let's spin the wheel again and let's see what our next task is. I don't think I can do that. It says do car bonus. All right, let's at least pull it up. For work, I asked a series of questions one day because I was on it. I was like, yeah, I want to know all the things. So one of the questions I said was, I noticed that in the benefit packet it said $1,000 for electric vehicles. How does this work? I am currently leasing a Lucid Touring. So they responded back and they told me how it works. So let's see what they said. They said, you are eligible to submit for the electric vehicle incentive the first of the month following your full date of hire. So May 1st, I'm eligible. You can email a copy of your registration / title with your name and EV to HR, and we will process it for the $1,000 bonus on your May 8th paycheck. Okay, so they say May 1st I can do this. So what should I do? Should I just go ahead? Let's just get it together, right? Let me go out there. Let me go get a copy, take a copy of, what did they say? My registration with my name. Let's get that email prepped. And at the very least, we can have it sitting and waiting in my drafts so that on the 1st it's ready to go. $1,000. Here we come. I'm going to go do that right now because the wheel said so. All right. Okay. Car bonus email draft complete. And y'all saw that spirit of procrastination that tried to sneak up and grab your girl. Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that? But we fought that spirit off. Let me make y'all a little higher. Wait. Hold up. Okay. We fought that spirit off and I feel good about it. We did that. Wow, because I would have procrastinated till I forgot. Y'all ready? I don't even want to look. It landed on register card again. Sorry, babes, we can't register the car, so we have to spin again. I went through all the mail, so that I don't know where that paper is. I called Jay to ask him about where the paper could possibly be. He said it was with the ticket. I had a ticket. And I had paid the ticket, but I don't remember seeing that paper. But I brought that ticket with me to work. That's why I said maybe it's at work. Y'all, so we have a winner. Next up, do our timesheet. Gotta do a timesheet. Duh. With my timesheet for work, I write my hours in this calendar. That way, when it's time to do it, we already know. There's no trying to remember. And I have 2 timesheets I have to submit. So I did 42 hours last week, and this week I did 38 hours. So let's do the timesheets. I'm so proud. Wow. This is so good. Thank you, Tony Daly. Y'all, I'm going to put the link of what we use. It's called wheelofnames.com. So if you want to use this to help motivate yourself to get some stuff done, this might be a good thing because I'm doing this. Y'all know how long I've been having some of this stuff written on a to-do list, and I would carry them over week after week after week because I would just be like, don't feel like it, and I don't make myself. But this, for some reason, my brain is actually taking this seriously. All right, let me go to the timesheets. Okay, timesheets done, commented on, and submitted. Now let's see what our next task is going to be. Let's spin. This thing is making me do all the stuff I don't want to do. Florida rental car. We're going to Florida in May, and we need to do rental car when we get there. So, I need to do a rental car. Now, the thing about it is this. I usually use Priceline, and they will have some cheap cars, like $7 a day. And I've rented these before where we have paid like $36 for a whole week and so on and so forth. A few times it worked out fine. That's all we did. But there has been 2 occasions where they really did the bait and switch on us, where it was like, you can't use your own insurance, therefore you must buy our insurance, and their insurance will be $1 trillion. It will take a rental that should have been $30 total, and it will zoom it up to $400 or something crazy. I made a video where I wrote out, or I showed which car places to not use. Like, do not use Next Car, York, Mex, I think it's something, I don't know, or Route, that sort of thing. It's these car rental places are all in the same building. And yeah, so that's why they can afford to say $7 a day, because they know they're gonna get you once you get in there. So I wrote down, because there's another car company right across next door from it, and they've always done us right. And that was Victory, Flexways, Advantage, and Easy Rental. However, when I go to Priceline, I don't see those companies as part as the deal. But what I'm going to do right now is look at my credit card, because I have some credit card points. And I'm going to see what they're talking about, and then see if I can apply some of the points that I have and see what that is. Because I'd rather go with a sure, reliable source than these little scam companies. So let's go and look for a car rental. And let me write down my dates and stuff on this envelope. And then what I like to write down, obviously, when I look at our flights, what time are we coming and going? All right, so we land like around 7 p.m. So that would be, I would say 8 p.m. Because let me tell you another thing that I found. Sometimes, and it might just be with this freaking car rental place, they said we were an hour late on our reservation. It could have been because we did it through Priceline with a very cheap rate. And they said, therefore, they automatically canceled our reservation. So we ran into that before, too. So therefore, if our flight is landing at 7, I'm going to say we're going to pick our car up at 8 to give us time to actually make it to the place. I wonder if I should make it 8:30. Because another thing that I like to do, let me look this up. Fort Lauderdale. I told y'all guys, I be thinking through stuff. Remember, I said this in another video, Priority Pass, right? So I'm going to go to my Priority Pass app, because this is why we were late last time. I can't remember if we were in Miami Airport or Fort Lauderdale. So go on my Priority Pass app, and I'm going to look up Fort Lauderdale Airport. And I'm going to look to see, yep, they have Cafe Calique. And what that is a restaurant. And if you look at the terms and conditions, okay, this may or may not work. Cafe Calique opens from 10 to 8 p.m. daily, right? So we land at 7:10. And what they do is they will give you, it's usually $28 a person. So $28 for me, $28 for Jay. And basically what I like to do when we land is we will go to Cafe Calique and get us some food, right? It's free food. And that's what made us late last time. So now that we know that there's a possibility that we're going to go to Cafe Calique, I'm going to move this to 8:30 p.m. And then when we come home, our flight leaving is practically 9 p.m. So let's say 7, 8, 9. So let's say we're going to drop it off at 6:30. 6:30, yeah. Or should we say 7? Let's say 7. We're going to drop it off at 7 p.m. Because again, we can always drop it off earlier, but I don't want to play with them if we're running late and they do some okie doke. Okay, so that's what we have in mind. And then the other thing I write down when I do this is my flight number. And the reason why I do that is because sometimes when you rent a rental car from the airport, it will ask you your flight number. That way, if your flight is running late, usually the good rental cars do this, the good rental car companies. But if your flight is delayed or so on and so forth, it will be connected with their system. And if they have to stay open a little later, they will. The good ones. Don't know about the budget ones. But get in the habit of just putting that information in. So, okay, so now, like I said, let's go and check this out through my credit card portal first and see what we find. I'll come back and let you guys know. Okay, made a decision, y'all. We're going to go with FlexWays because, like I said, they always kind of did us right. And let me show ya. Now, FlexWays wasn't the most inexpensive, but we are going to be there 4 days. We're practically 5 days. And it's going to come to $103 or 10,300 points. We're going to go ahead and use points to pay for this. We chose to get a Toyota Camry. Another thing that I do is I will put in, this is my question, which car should I rent? A Nissan Sentra or Toyota Corolla or Toyota Camry? And this said the Camry is generally the best choice for comfort and space, while the Corolla is best for fuel efficiency and reliability, and the Sentra has a good balance of comfort and value. So let's go ahead, and I made sure I put in Jay's name as the driver. I forgot to do that one time. You know your girl don't be wanting to drive. This way we don't have to rely on anybody to pick us up from the airport or anything like that. It's always good to be as independent and self-sufficient as you can, even when visiting family. We got our book in, guys. What I wanted to show y'all too was the range of prices. I'm sorting this by lowest to highest. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. And this is why you would know that they have to make their money some other way, because there ain't no way. There ain't no way. So while I budget mine is tempted to say, let's go with the lowest price. Like I said, we've been burnt a time or two. Not every time. Sometimes it works. When it works, it works. But the times that it didn't work, they said it was because it was spring break. Twice we made that mistake. So, and then one time we rented from that place and it wasn't spring break and they were fine. So I don't know what to tell you. I can't call it. I just know I vowed to never do business with them again. So we see this one right here. First of all, I don't even know what this car is. Oh, it's a Fiat. Fiat Tipo. $3.97 a day. That was going to come to $15. And that was going to be 1,500 points practically. 1,600 points. Another one, $4.54 a day. This is from Otto. And these are some Fiats. We got a Nissan Versa for $6.70 a day. $7 a day. $7.26 a day. So you see why when the car I picked came to $25 a day. That can kind of sound like $25. Why y'all want so much? But no. Let's jump to page 19. Oh, wait. Let's not jump to page 19. I think that got to be a mistake. All right, I want to get to something a little more like this one right here on this page. We got $96 a day, $97 a day. See, these is Avis and Enterprise, places that you've heard of. Hertz, $98 a day. Let's jump to an earlier page. Let's go to page 9. We got Thrifty, $73 a day. So yeah, even my $25 is like, look, is it suspect? Is it suspect? All right, let's jump to page 7. See what they talking about. $60 a day. So really, the prices are, there's a wide range of prices here. But again, it becomes, the big factor is, can we use our own insurance? That's the big factor when it comes to renting a vehicle. That's where you're going to save your money. And you should be able to use your own insurance. But sometimes these places say, nope, you got to have $1 million policy in order to use it. Stuff that they know nobody has, right? And then you have that company, like that auto company. Look, they have a $51 a day thing. But again, it becomes, because I booked you at the $3 a day, that's just to get you in the door. Then they're going to do the switcheroo and charge you what they really want to charge you with all of the upgrades and fees that they want to add on and do a high pressure tactic to get you to commit to that. But okay, boom, we got that done. Let's see what our next task will be. Come on, give me something good that I can easily do. Oh, but it's 9 p.m. Can we do this? All right, so now we have check Amex thank you credit.
Flight credit, and then $400 Hilton Honors Aspire Resort credit, and then the Clear Plus credit.
All right, hold on. So I'm requiring about the $400 credit.
Oh,
yeah. So how does that one work?
You can get up to $200 in statement credit semi-annually for eligible Hilton Resort purchases. Up to $400 annually.
Okay, so then my question becomes, what would be considered the resort purchase? Because I made purchases at the resorts, but I didn't see a statement credit. How about that?
I will definitely check on that. And thank you so much for utilizing the benefits that comes with your Hilton Honors Aspire card, Tinesha. Give me a moment. I will go ahead and review.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
I can give you the date, and the purchase, if that helps.
That will be helpful.
Okay, so it'll be March 20th. And it was at the Hilton Panama.
Alright, thank you so much, Tinesha, for waiting. So yeah, good news. The manual credit of $200 has been requested. Please be advised that a credit will be issued and may take up to 5 business days to post to your account.
Guys, this is why you got to stay on top of your stuff. You got to stay on top of your things. Because one, when you have your credit cards, right, you got to know what your benefits are. What perks are there? What benefits are there? I like to review my stuff at least once a year, right? I'm talking about a few full review. However, I also review them usually right when I'm going on trips, just to make sure that I'm using all of the things that the card offers. But also I say look at them once a year because benefits can change. So with this card, I was like, I got the Surpass, which gives the $50 a quarter credit. And the beautiful thing about that is because we do stay at Hilton Properties, all you got to do is when you're at the Hilton property, let's say you go to a restaurant or whatever else and you use your card to pay, it will be refunded automatically. So the same thing with this card, except it's $200 twice a year. So we were in Panama, we went out to eat and stuff, and it came to $223.90. And I made a note of that because I was like, make sure, because I didn't have my card on me. I didn't even bring this card to Panama. But they allowed me to give them the number. They allowed me to do it that way. And so that's what I did because I knew that this card had a $200 credit and I wanted to apply that to the Panama purchase. So matter of fact, let me go in here and update my spending report. So it's like, know it and then make that time to make those phone calls. Thank y'all for making this phone call with me. Y'all ready to spin again? It's 9:15. Y'all ready to spin again? Now, some of the stuff we can't do because it's too late. But let's see what we get, right? Send flight request. I actually think that's going to be null and void now. When I went on my walk today, I made some phone calls. I usually use my walk as a time to either listen to a podcast and / make phone calls. So I made some phone calls, and I think that things are going to be a little changing up a little differently. So that I don't think is no longer a thing. So I'm not going to do that. But I'm not going to take it off the list yet either. Let's spin again. Check on thank you points. Okay, let's hold this. All right, so basically I got an email that said you have thank you points available to reinstate. What does that mean? What does that mean? We wanted to let you know that you have thank you points available to reinstate. You can reinstate these points on thankyou.com or by calling 1-800-THANK-YOU. Let's call because I don't even know what that means. And what card is this?
And how can I help you today?
I was calling because I saw that I got an email that said you have thank you points available to reinstate, and I didn't know what that meant.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely take a look into that for you. That message that says you have, does it say anything about the card or anything like that where you have the reinstated points?
No.
Okay. And just to confirm, the message said you have points that need to be reinstated.
Yes. Yeah, it says you have thank you points available to reinstate.
Points available to reinstate.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. What does that normally mean?
I'm not sure. There are times when points can expire, but that's rare. But let me just still check your balance here. Do you mind holding one moment, ma'am? I need to do some research to see exactly what we need to do to get that done, okay?
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And yeah, just to confirm that for you, ma'am, you had 388 points that were unavailable, and we were able to get those reinstated for you.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So yeah, I'm happy that you gave us a call about that. We did get those reinstated. And just wanted to confirm when that is going to post on your account here.
Okay. And do you know why they were unavailable?
There are a number of reasons that can make points unavailable. Things like if when you made a payment, when you made the charges, maybe if you were late during that time, and therefore they may have been reinstated for that reason.
Oh, I was late.
Yeah.
Yep. That is funny because I was late and but it was a total mistake and slip, so I called and they refunded the late fee, and they refund, so maybe that's what it's like. Oh, okay. All right. So on top of that, you can have your points back too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Got those reinstated for you. Is there anything else I can help you with, Mel?
No, but that's also a good lesson too. Like if you're late, you also jeopardize your points. Never thought of that.
Yes. Any spending that you do during that month when you're late, it does sort of put them in an unavailable bucket.
Ah, got it. All right, learn something new every day.
Yeah. Okay, well, if you don't need anything else, thank you for calling us about that so you can get your points back.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Bye-bye. Y'all caught all that. Let me tell you, one of the things that I do is if I'm going through email, mail, whatever, an idea, and it just crossed my mind, and you're at work or you're not available to do things at the time, I just write it down. The problem is, I don't always make a concerted effort to actually do the things. So what happens is I will just keep writing it down. Like next week or tomorrow, we'll just write the list over again with all the things we didn't do, which is usually practically everything. But again, write it down, because I seen that email and I didn't even realize I saw it in the email. I thought I had seen it in mail or something, but I wrote it down. And then I'm like, well, where did I see this? And I was like, well, let me just put that search in my email and see if it pops up. And it did. But who knew? You learn something new every day. So guys, if you are playing the points game, know that too, that if you are late, you can jeopardize the points that you have earned. And call the folks. So when I called them about the late thing and they refunded my $30, plus they refunded my $7 in interest, and they gave me my points back that I didn't even know they took away in the first place. Call the folks. Wow. We're going to spin this thing again. And like I said, because it's late, ain't but so much we can do. But I've been saying that, right? And it seems like every time we click on something, they give us something we can do. So let's see what they give us. Notary. Let's spin again. Let's spin again. They really want me to register this card. All right. Maybe we should just do what we know we can do. It just doesn't feel as fun if the wheel is not landing on it. Okay, stop. We can do this. Order headphones. Let's order headphones. For that, we're going to go to Amazon. All right, so at work, we have headphones, right? And so I'm at my new job, my new desk, and of course, they come with these things. They come with headphones. But the headphones that are there don't work. It's like they have a shortage in them. And I could ask about headphones, but what I did, because I like to be observant. So what I know is this. My last place, they passed out headphones to everybody, right? This place, I walked around, I didn't see conformity in headphones. I didn't see everybody with the same headphones. So that means that they probably didn't have that, or whoever does our supply stuff probably didn't order headphones for everybody. So me being new, I didn't want to just, bring attention to myself. So looking for some headphones. So I said, let me just order my own headphones. Now the crazy part is, I know I've done this before. I feel like I probably left them when I was like, I ain't working no more, I'm retired. I feel like I left them things behind, because the headphones are super basic. They were just like some super basic headphones, but I needed them to have like a long cord, because my CPU is like under my desk, and so I needed the cord to be long enough to reach my head. Okay, I ordered some headphones. They were $30. I didn't do a whole lot of time searching. They just needed to be some basic headphones. I'm sure I could have got some for cheaper. But those will also be a write-off because they're for work. And that is done. Let's see. The only other thing that I can do up here, I can send a donation. And our headphones will be here on Sunday. So yay, I'll be able to have them to go to work on Monday. So let's send a donation. Let's see. Gotta check the email. Be proud of my donation. It ain't much, but getting back on my feet. That's what I tell people. Planting the seed. Planting seeds. More things. We got 6 more things to do. And we started with 14. I think that is very successful. And I walked. I ain't do no editing. But we're making this video. We're going to edit y'all. Well, we're not going to edit y'all because we're going to try to still work through this list throughout this weekend. So see y'all tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow.